everybody. Welcome to The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
This is a show where we take 3 comics and then rate them based on which one's the good, the bad, and the ugly. Although, honestly, there's really only 2 camps. It's just which one's good and which one sucks. And then, like, which one kind of, like, is eliminated.
One that's like...
And sometimes there's no good one.
Right. We need to get... Do we need to add one more comic?
No.
Or is that asking too much?
That's worse.
No. Just Good, Bad, and the Ugly.
Alright, fine.
Now it's a reference to something.
That's
then
true.
it would be...
Then it'd be like, here's some
be.
comics. Well, we're back. We took a little break, and I thought people really like when we do like kind of like major theming stuff.
Okay.
And since Venom the movie, produced by Sony Pictures, is really coming out.
They're doing it.
Because they released a still, and what a still. It's an image of Tom Hardy wearing a t-shirt. Oh boy.
Aren't you excited for this movie?
He's Eddie Brock. And you're
Really?
like, fucking no. So I thought, hey.
No, Topher Grace is Eddie Brock.
That is more no. But since we're all getting braced for a huge calamity that involves Venom, let's take 3 other calamities that involve Venom. These are the first issues of 3 of the onslaught of mini-series that Venom was associated with at the time. The first of which is Venom the Madness. Next one's Venom Separation Anxiety. And the other one is Venom Carnage Unleashed. All of them written by different authors, all of them drawn by different people, and all of them specializing in a different period in Eddie Brock's life. This was, by the way, a period in time where after Venom and Spider-Man stopped being at each other's throats, Venom launched Lethal Protector, which was a 6-issue miniseries, and then he just went on to do non-stop miniseries, where we get to see Venom, Eddie Brock, live underground in San Francisco and help the innocents. That's it. So let's talk about the first of which is Venom the Madness.
Aptly titled.
Tiffany, why don't you give Ethan Venom the Madness?
Here you go. Wait, no, this is the only cover that doesn't have a raised texture to it. That one over there.
This one does
yeah,
not.
this one.
Yeah.
This one's matte.
This is
Very special. We can talk about the covers right away. Like,
yeah, I mean, this cover has got all the Venom parts are raised. All the pieces of Venom on the cover
embossed.
are embossed. Yeah. This is an ultra cool first issue.
It tells you right out of the
It
gate.
needs
You
to
know
tell
what you're
you.
getting into.
Otherwise, you'll never know.
You wouldn't know it was ultra cool. If
I
you
had
didn't
no
say
idea.
that.
But
Also
then you're
inside,
No, after.
X-Men's Juggernaut. In case you couldn't tell from his picture on the cover.
He's like punching out of his eye.
Yeah. Whoa.
It's a reflection. He's coming at him.
Oh.
You're going to see Venom fight the Juggernaut.
Wait, are we Venom? Is he coming at us?
Where
Yeah.
am I standing? Am I the Juggernaut?
You're Juggernaut in this. Your fist is going right at him.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
seeing his reflection, your own reflection. Yeah.
Yeah. Neat.
All right.
Yeah.
So, right off the bat, we got an ad for Royal Rumble on Sega Genesis, which was a great game.
Was
And
it?
apparently it's
Yeah.
the best thing in this comic.
Oh, we'll see. So, Venom the Madness is in San Francisco, and it's like you said, he's underground. He's got his underground place that he hangs out. And
It's not exactly a lair.
By the way,
But there's a house.
is there an idea that, like, there was an original San Francisco, and they built San Francisco on top of the ruins of old San Francisco?
I don't know, because there's like a house. There's like one of these row houses.
Well, remember in Lost Boys, they say that there was that earthquake that like engulfed a lot of things, and then there was that hotel that the vampires were living in.
Yeah.
I assume that just is the case.
Okay.
Because a movie told me.
Was
I
Lost
don't
Boys
think
set in San
so.
Francisco?
Lost Boys was in California.
Well, yeah. I know that in Washington, in Seattle, it's built on top of, like, a city. Like, if you go into the sewers of Seattle, you can find, like, the old city.
Pieces of the city.
Yeah.
We start out and there's like all this like dialogue in green balloons of like a thing when we're not sure who it is. Like maybe it's Venom, maybe it's not Venom, and it's talking about like dreams and going madness and I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
Set the stage.
Yeah.
For the madness.
For the madness.
You yourself are
And it's
feeling
like,
mad.
is Eddie Brock going mad? Like, there's two, like, is it a symbiosis? It can't be a symbiosis. It's not really, like, one's always in charge. Like, one's always trying to take over. So that's, like, setting up the tension.
This just sounds like an unhealthy relationship.
Yeah, and it clearly is. So,
one of them's not going to do the dishes.
So, Eddie Brock hears screaming in the alley, and he goes out, and he finds guys attacking somebody, so he kills them. And,
Awesome.
He also finds this guy who's manically smiling.
Yeah.
Like,
Who's a good guy?
yeah, you're like,
shockingly.
Yeah.
Do you want to pull them back?
Yeah. So there's a guy and there's this girl, and they're there to see him.
Yeah.
Which I guess is a coincidence, or they were near his house. They knew where he lived. I don't know. Anyway, they want his help. They're like helpers in the community. They're trying to.
She's an attorney, right? She's like a
Yes.
civil attorney or
Yes.
whatever.
or something.
And after seeing him in action, I think they sought him out.
I guess.
Well,
I don't.
yes.
That all. I don't know. It's weird because this is the first issue, but it's acting like there's all this stuff that
Well,
you
because
should
there
know
is.
about.
There's several different miniseries that lead up to this that tell you
Oh.
the story of Eddie Brock. The point is that Eddie Brock is like the self-appointed San Francisco lethal
and they've
protector.
heard of the lethal protector.
Yeah, and this guy is going to be on trial. He's a witness to a thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
and the bad guy is what's his name, Scarmore,
Yeah, and he's like a
which is I assume from
Lucky
previous.
industrialist.
Yes, and
whatever.
bicyclist.
Yeah,
So,
so one of these guys knows something about something bad that he did. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's just going to testify, and the girl is going to help.
Yeah.
And so they're like, "Oh, we found the lethal protector. Great, we're in good shape." Then you see Scarmore talking to his underling, and he's like, "I need you to take care of this problem. I guess that I'm going to be on trial.
Yeah.
You need to make this go away because I can't deal with this, and I don't want to know about it."
Right.
Basically telling him to just kill people.
Yeah,
Go
but
do
don't
it.
tell
even
me.
though I know about it because I told you to do
Because
it.
I told you,
and
but I won't know
clearly
the
what you're gonna
details.
do.
Don't confirm.
But I can clearly say that I never told you to kill someone.
Right.
I told you to take care
I
of it.
told you to take care of it. And if you interpreted that, why would you?
If I ask you to take care of my dog, I'm not going to come home and expect to see my dog dead.
I don't know, that dog was flapping his mouth all over the place.
About you and your illegal dumping.
Well, the dog's legal, though.
And then this guy goes and he starts thinking man, I guess that was a yes to hiring help because he asked if he should hire somebody. And he's like, just hire someone to take care of it. And then he thinks to himself, plausible deniability. Wonder what that means. I'm like,
This guy's the
What?
worst assistant.
you don't know what plausible deniability means?
Hang on, I'm just gonna go on the internet. How to kill someone
Have you
without
ever
No,
seen
well, first
a
of all,
movie or
when
read
this
a book?
when this book came out, it would like, oh, go on the internet, plug in.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just
And then-
have to do an AOL keyword.
Then an hour
Thank
later,
God I've got
your
like
page will load.
95,000 free hours.
He calls up Juggernaut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he hires Juggernaut.
He hires Juggernaut to deal with this problem.
Because apparently, you could just get his phone number.
Yeah, number one, Juggernaut
Yeah,
has his phone number.
100
Number two,
Juggernauts.
he's a fucking mercenary for anyone.
Yeah.
Number three, he'll kill witnesses to trials.
Yeah.
And also
Anything for
occasionally
money.
fight the X-Men.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't get paid to fight the X-Men. That's his passion.
Yeah, well, that's, he hates his stepbrother. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
How do you think I afford all the polish for my armor?
Yeah.
So then we go back to the underground lair, Eddie Brock's underground place where he's built or helped build
Like a
a
community.
safe haven for outcasts.
Right.
Yeah.
People
Do
who
they live down there too?
They live down there. It's like Spawn, only if instead of an alley, they live underground.
Yeah.
Because Spawn protects the bums, Venom protects the bums too.
They're-
The
yeah.
bums have homes and stuff.
they're people who
So
live
they're not
outside
really
the law.
Well, they lose
They
their
become
homeless
unhomeless,
status
yeah.
because they have homes now.
They're
But they
homeless
don't pay
people who live
taxes
in
or anything,
homes.
so yeah.
Yeah,
Not until
they
the government catches one.
they don't want to be
Exactly.
subjected to our above the surface, our surface world customs and rules.
No,
Oh, subterranean law is what stands down
Fine
here.
Subterranean.
This is lethal protection.
So he's having a conversation with this girl whose name I don't remember.
It's totally irrelevant.
It doesn't matter. It's just the girl who's trying to
The
help
lawyer.
out. The lawyer. I guess
Yeah.
she's a lawyer.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
a community organizer. Or
Right,
whatever.
yeah.
No, because she calls for a subpoena later on.
Right.
She does. Okay, I thought she just went to an attorney who would do that, but I
No,
guess
I
not.
thought
You don't
she-
ever
she
see
serves
that
the-
attorney, so I guess she does.
Yeah,
but
she
it's
serves
weird
the
because
subpoena.
what she
Then
says
gets
is
something to do.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna fight them my way.
Right.
And then I'm like, well, if you're an attorney, wouldn't you have been doing that
The entire
Wouldn't that have
time.
been the original plan instead of you saying this is how we'll deal with this?
Yeah, that's
But anyway, they bond.
Yeah.
And she's interested in his conflict with, being the symbiote and being Eddie Brock, and
yeah, that turns
she's
her
kind
on.
of into it, yeah. And then they kiss, and then she freaks out because the symbiote's
Yeah, me too, right? Three-way?
Hey?
That's not really weird. They're symbiotic.
Yeah.
We are one, after all.
We are one. We will all become one in a minute.
Oh my God. I expected, actually, this was the most interesting thing for me, was how does Eddie Brock handle relationships with the symbiote as well?
Normally he
because,
doesn't.
doesn't the symbiote, because the symbiote was in love with Peter Parker when it was grafted to him,
Yeah.
and so I assumed that there was like a similarly romantic entanglement, although I'd never actually seen it explored between Eddie and the symbiote, except in the story.
It's interesting because it says, like, did you ask permission to have a girl?
Right.
So, but it's not quite jealous of her because it
he
says
likes her too.
he likes, like, we like her too.
Right.
We like to touch her. Which is like the creepiest thing it could have said.
Of course.
Not well, but after
it's-
what I said, yes.
It's more like it's well, yeah.
Yes.
It's more like it's mad that like Eddie didn't talk to it about her, but not that it doesn't like her.
Right, that's fair.
Even though they always constantly refer to themselves in the third person.
Yes,
like,
they always say we are.
I kind of figured Eddie was like, we are fine with this.
Right,
Aren't we?
Except Eddie's...
We are not!
Well, and maybe that's the part of the madness.
Yeah, and it's like telling him, like, let yourself go, like, give in to me, like let me take over or whatever.
Let me do her.
Right, I guess.
Yeah, or let me just take over your life. I
Yes.
think is like what it's trying to say. So then we see what Scarmore is actually doing, and it's dumping toxic waste and things illegally into the river.
So then they call Captain
Yeah,
Planet.
this is a Captain Planet story at this
He
point.
and Duke Nukem and Loot and Plunder just get together and dump toxic waste out of their...
Russians are polluting the river.
What do we do?
Get my tea.
Yeah, and it's very. I mean, I guess at the time that was a storyline.
Sure.
because they were
Ripped
all-
from the
No,
headlines.
this is important because this waste is like based
It's
off of
Mercury.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's a mercury
element.
And Mercury's a
substance.
cool element to look at.
Yeah.
Yes.
We
And
just
it's-
watched that
it's
Terminator
liquidy.
2 movie and...
Yeah.
Kind of like a symbiote might look.
Right.
Yeah, and we find out that they were experimenting with basically like a symbiote-like thing, like mercury, like bonded to some other chemical, such that it can like do things.
Well, they were trying to make thermometers, but
it ended up
This
becoming
one
a
like
sentient
really-
creature.
it went horribly
really
awry.
fancy thermometers.
Yeah, they made rectal ones.
And they ended up like poisoning a bunch of people,
Yeah.
and that's what this witness is going to testify
Exactly.
about. If he can make it that far.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. They got a few witnesses.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then we get some insight into Scarmore's life, because he's having a party, and his wife is like,
A shrew.
and she's like, we gotta get our son into this fancy school. And he's like, well, I don't know if like,
We can afford it.
and she's like, oh, we'll afford it.
Yeah.
And so like, I guess you're supposed to feel bad for him.
Yeah,
because,
like it's a
she's,
Macbeth situation.
Or Scarmore's like, I'm sorry, we're in a Venom book right now. I don't care where our
I
sons
am
go
not
to
making
school."
it.
Yeah. He's like, I'm in trouble. Like my company is like being sued
Yeah.
and stuff. Like I have like other things to worry about. She's like, oh no, we're not. You're gonna figure it out.
Well, because like we live in high society,
Right,
and
and
status is very
Daddy didn't like give
That's
you,
right.
like his company for you to just
For
mess
you
it
to
up.
ruin
My
everything.
God.
Honey, our son is 3.
Yes.
We've got time.
No, we don't. We gotta get him to the best preschool so we can get him the best kindergarten so we can get him to elementary school. So we can go to college. Harvard.
Yeah, he's on the track. You know. And she refers to his breeding. And
Yeah.
he's
Oh
like,
my
he's
God.
like, honey, our son is not a dog with a pedigree.
Yes.
Okay.
Or
Which
he
is like
is.
an interesting interaction. I kind of
Yeah.
dug that, but I was also like, what? Where is the chase? And like, how can I cut to it?
Yeah, like, are we supposed to feel bad for Scarmore? I don't know.
I don't know. I think
or
we're
like, gain
not.
insight into why he like becomes like an evil doer.
Right. I think
Like,
that
what
this
pushes
is.
him to like be just totally.
I think
Yeah.
it's supposed to just highlight the difference between his world and the world that Venom is coming from,
Yeah,
which
he
is
was
like
homeless people
underground.
underground.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the opposite.
I think it's Nascenti's attempt to make us not think of Captain Planet, because those guys are like one-dimensional. Like, I
Right.
pollute because it's bad.
Right.
This guy's like, oh, I'm tortured and I make bad decisions and it's
Right.
selfish and it's greedy, but like you understand it on like a superficial
Yeah, like
level.
I'm under pressure here. I need
No, I
to
don't.
pollute.
Yeah.
Because it saves me a lot of money.
But you're not just
Right.
polluting, you're also telling your guy, like,
And also
take care
kill
of it.
like
Yeah.
witnesses,
Oh,
well,
well,
because
that
like
too.
it's stressful. Don't you understand? Like he's being nagged.
And really, that's the
I'm under a lot
crime.
of pressure here. Okay, I gotta
I gotta pollute the lakes. I gotta deal with
I
my
don't have
legal
enough money
fees.
to dispose of food, like waste properly.
Yep.
My wife's trying to tell me that our son needs to go to a fancy
It's a
school.
lot.
We're not eligible for financial aid. How am I supposed to do that? I am the oppressed one here.
Yeah.
Can't you see? So then Juggernaut shows up in Eddie Brock's apartment. And
Underground.
I don't know if it's underground, because at the beginning he was in an apartment and he wasn't underground.
Right.
So
No,
I
I don't think they're at anybody's apartment. I think they're at her place.
Oh, they're at her
Yeah.
place?
Because he came to kill her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
She
true.
Juggernaut.
was the one.
Yeah, so I guess it is her place. Yeah.
Oh,
So
my God.
they're hanging out at her place. Eddie Brock's there because he's
The
protecting
law
her.
office.
Oh, the law office. I didn't even notice that. So they're at her office.
Juggernaut totally cock blocks him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was totally... No, they didn't... Oh, no, yeah, because she says, I feel so protected around you. And he's
Lethally protected.
like, and he's like, put his hand on her shoulder. Yeah, and then this guy bursts in.
Yeah.
And he
And
grabs...
ruins his coat.
Yeah, he does, because he's got to turn to Juggernaut. He's
Yeah.
Venom. He was just going to kill her as a dude, as like
Right.
a regular guy, but then Venom comes out and is like, hey, I'm Venom, like, you got to go through me. And he's like, okay, and he Juggernauts out.
Mm-hmm.
And his helmet appears from nowhere.
Yep,
which
because
then
it's magic.
points to me. It's magic?
It's magic.
That was my answer, too. I'm like, oh, he's magic. So
Yeah, no, Juggernaut
that's
is
the
magic.
answer. Okay.
Venom actually calls him mutant, which is incorrect.
That is not correct.
Not
Venom.
correct. No, all of Juggernaut's powers derive from the crystal of Cyttorak,
Right.
which is a magic crystal.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there should still be an effect on the helmet arriving and not just one panel he doesn't have.
There's no
Oh,
time.
yeah,
it's there.
There's no time.
Yeah, we should see it
you
materialize.
You can
or
just put some
something.
smoke around there.
No, you get
Yeah.
it. It's just it appears.
See,
Like,
that's
you look
the
over
thing.
here, and it's his head, his face, and then you look back, and it's a helmet.
It's a helmet.
I thought he just ripped the jacket off and his suit was underneath all of it.
Right? It could be.
I
Well,
guess.
not
Which
the
meant
helmet.
it wasn't
Not magic,
except
yeah,
the helmet.
And then,
helmet.
like, where's the helmet?
The suit's not magic, only the helmet's magic. If he's not wearing a suit, he's just got the helmet and just like regular clothes.
You know-
No, look, he made the mistake one time where he thought he was wearing the suit, he ripped the coat off, and there was just nothing. He was like, never again!
Yeah.
I'll make the helmet appear, but not the clothes.
Yeah. I
No.
can't do that apparently.
I got really embarrassed.
Yeah.
It's drawn like it's a TV show, and they don't have the budget to show the helmet
Yeah.
material.
Right, but it's a drawing. You can make anything happen.
Yeah. So anyway, they have a fight, and the fight is just Venom getting the shit beat out of him by Juggernaut.
As well he should. The Juggernaut can like give anyone a run for their money. Like
right.
Venom is outclassed
Yeah.
by the
and
Juggernaut.
he should be outclassed by Juggernaut.
Yes.
Okay. That's fine. So they fight until Juggernaut like hits him so hard with a log he smashes his body that they create a big hole through into the underground
Mm-hmm.
world. And the whole time, like Venom's quipping like he's Spider-Man.
Right.
And he's just making Juggernaut more mad.
Oh, is that as hard you can hit? Oh.
Yeah, shit like that.
Crap.
It gets old real fast.
Yep.
Because Venom is not Spider-Man.
No. Yeah, so then they keep fighting, and the girl is like, oh no, like Venom's like fighting for me, but he's gonna get killed.
And Venom's fighting for me. I'm so turned on right now.
Yeah, constantly.
Right,
Yeah.
but then I'm also gonna die.
Right.
I'm not
There's
gonna
no way I'm surviving this book. Yeah.
No
Yes.
way.
I'm not gonna run. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'll just stand here and wait for death.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
As well she should.
So yeah, and
Well,
they
she was gonna bang Venom.
Right, which is why she should die.
right because
Because
that's
don't bang
not a
Venom.
good idea.
It's clearly unstable.
Yeah, I forgot the onomatopoeia I was going to tell you about is there's a line of dialogue where
Oh God,
Juggernaut
yes.
to say, now I'm gonna, and there's a whomp.
Yeah.
You won. And it's like, and how about a crack in the gut?
Like no, those are sounds that let us imagine
No.
what that sounds like.
That's not you saying
Punching
that.
someone in the face does not make a womp sound.
Right.
Nor would anyone understand what you were saying if you did that.
Yeah.
No.
It's just,
No, that was
Weird
that
and
actually
dull.
that was the one moment that pulled me out of the book.
That was the moment?
That was. I was like, no.
no,
It wasn't some of the horrible art?
The art is unforgivable. We'll get into that when the book's over.
it's real bad. It's,
You know, we'll get into it now. It's horrible.
These, Scarmore and his wife,
are hilarious looking. They
they're
look
drawn totally differently than other
they
characters
look
in
like
the
an
same
editorial
book.
cartoon.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, she's great.
Yeah,
And the buildings are awesome.
yeah.
And then you see some of these characters, or sometimes Venom's jaw, and I'm like, where is that going?
Yeah, it's
Venom's
like
great.
two different artists.
Because he's horribly colored, so like occasionally he has the white spider logo,
Oh, I know.
and other times he doesn't,
Yeah.
and
This
it's so frustrating.
That face.
Oh yeah,
I was like,
he's just all teeth, but it's a man.
Yeah,
No,
no.
sucks.
I have to stop.
yeah. It's real
Oh,
bad.
what about the first panel when Juggernaut rips off the coat?
Oh, yeah.
He is the worst.
Oh
He
yeah,
looks
no.
terrible.
He looks stupid. It's just obnoxious.
He looks dumb. He looks
Also-
way better with the helmet.
Also, his leg's really short. His bottom part of his leg is.
Yeah.
I was like,
Well, he's the Juggernaut. He's a bit
kind of
stumpy.
stumpy.
Yeah, he's not Ram Man
mostly
from
torso.
He-Man.
So what happens?
So they fight until Juggernaut hits Venom into a pool of like liquid that was calling out to him, and then you find out it's the mercury that they were experimenting on. It's like sentient or whatever.
It went into the sewers.
Yeah.
It's a
crap.
And it's like,
virus.
open up your pores and let us in. Let us inside.
And you're like, what?
We're mixing, we're merging, we're alive. And that's how the book ends. And you're like,
oh, I'm mixing.
I can feel emerging.
Oh, the best part of this book is Juggernaut hits him into the liquid.
Yeah.
And then, like, Venom falls underneath. And he's like, oh, I don't need to smash him. He's dead. I killed Venom. You know, like, everyone, when they disappear under the water, is dead in comics. Like, why do you think he's dead? That never killed anybody in a comic book ever.
No. And you're the Juggernaut. You fight teams of people, all of whom die every day.
Why is the water red?
I don't know, because mercury is not red.
I don't know what's wrong with his face.
Yeah, what's Juggernaut, what's wrong with your face? He's all teeth. He's got to do the teeth
it's
thing.
scary.
Yeah.
Is it?
He's warding out.
And
so I guess Venom's getting new abilities. Or
he's gonna get bigger, and like there's gonna be little Venom heads that come out of his back.
Is it gonna be crazy?
Yes.
Does he bang that woman?
Hence the madness.
You know,
do the other heads bang that woman?
Right?
I mean, it's possible they already did, and you just off panel, you didn't see it.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
If they didn't cut away to a fireplace, they did not bang.
or at least a garbage can with fire in it.
Exactly.
So that was that.
Woof!
The madness.
That was the madness.
But thankfully, we have a minute we can talk about separation anxiety. Thank you, Tiffany, for volunteering. This, by the way, is a sequel to Lethal Protector, in which a company extracts all of the potential children that Venom might have and creates symbiotes based off of volunteers from the program.
Okay.
It's supposedly the basis for the movie.
So...
What?
That Lethal Protector is going to be the basis for the movie.
Oh, okay.
So, like,
Not
they've heard of Venom, and they need to get Venom, and then they're going to extract, and they're going to make multiple because they've heard of Carnage. And so, yeah.
Look, we're only going to have one symbiote movie. We better get them all in.
You're going to put them all in there because they've tried so hard, Sony has.
Let's just start off by admiring the cover and
also embossed.
Also embossed with all of these rainbow Venoms on it.
Yeah.
Like you get them all and you can feel them. Right? You're like, oh, they're all touching. What is happening? Oh my god! So we start this book off. Eddie Brock has been captured by a bunch of Cyclops ripoffs. Like literally, these guys look like
Cyclops in the 90s.
Yes,
they're people.
Or
bad
people
suits.
Right?
Yeah.
They look like they're some sort of space force. We are not in space. This is not Riddick.
No.
It reminds me of that, but we are on Earth.
I really thought we were in space
No,
until I got later in the book.
This is what like private security forces
Obviously,
or mercenaries look like in the Marvel universe.
Okay.
Duh. And like,
And then with this, I thought like it was like his brain. I thought his brain was
Oh.
like under a translucent
No, it's
like
just-
dome.
No,
You're some kind
but
of
they all have
alien.
like jetpacks and like triangle feet and like there's like there's like
They have all
100
this
of
like
these guys.
super advanced technology.
Yeah.
That we see elsewhere
Well,
in the rest
first
of
of
the
all, let's
world.
pay attention. This is written by Howard Mackey, who wrote Ghost Rider.
And a lot of Spider-Man, by the way.
Oh,
So,
okay.
and there's like 50 guys here because they got Eddie Brock and they're like got to transport him because they're like terrified of him and he knows it. He's just like they're scared. I don't even have the symbiote anymore, but they're so scared of me. Look at them all. They got all the guns. They just want to kill me.
Maybe I should.
Yeah,
Maybe I deserve it.
Oh God,
Could you not, Eddie?
You should just keep it to yourself.
So we get we literally get like his backstory. They're like, hey, if you didn't read, what was going on in Spider-Man, let me just catch you up real quick. The Scarlet Spider really screwed me over, and now I don't have my symbiote. Anyway, back to what's happening with me and James.
Just in
here.
case you need to be reminded of the Clone Saga, here's the Clone Saga.
There you go. But they didn't even mention it really necessarily like that.
Thankfully.
They're just like, yeah.
Yeah. It's Scarlet Spider's fault. Moving on.
But like in a separate facility. So I think he's like on the West Coast, like
he's in New Mexico.
Mexico,
Mhm.
yeah. And then the symbiote's in New York.
Yes.
And like there are way fewer people guarding the symbiote.
Yeah,
than the regular guy.
no sense.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Well, because Eddie Brock is Venom. What's this symbiote?
They all know that
It's
the
what
symbiote-
makes it dangerous.
Yes, it's the only
Oh,
thing.
does it?
There's like literally like two guys. They're
Yeah.
not even paying attention.
They're not even paying attention.
And there's a bunch of doctors, and like they are literally poking the hornet's nest. They're like,
Yeah.
now set it on fire.
Now blast it with Sonic.
Like-
Now blast it with Sonic Fire.
Yeah. Let's now make it play Sonic while on fire. Like, literally, they're just like, let's just wreck this thing.
Yeah.
And then, like, the female doctor who's there only to say things like, but doctor, it's looking at you.
Yeah.
Says, but doctor, it's looking at you.
Right.
And then the symbiote proceeds to make Eddie Brock's face, like, it misses him.
Yeah.
It's just like, but where's Eddie Brock?
Yeah, I'm not on Eddie right now. I want to bang that
It's like
lawyer.
trying to
I
communicate
stole
with
the
them, like,
scene
bring
from
me this
Abyss.
guy.
Yeah.
And I
And a
just made a face.
2-page fucking ad in the middle of this.
Yeah.
For 2 Genesis games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but one of them is
Is it
Gun Rider? Something.
The first one is Contra
Or it's
Hard-
like number
Hardcore,
2.
which I never heard of.
And, like, lethal, I don't know.
Who cares?
Who
You're never
the
gonna get
hell
it.
cares? You can't have it. It's gone
They're
now.
not in the they're not in the scan, so I can't show it.
No, exactly.
Oh, right, never mind.
So then, the symbiote then looks like other people. It looks like Eddie. It looks like Peter Parker. It looks like the Doctor. It looks like all kinds of things.
Yeah.
It's just like
I
cool.
can take whatever form I like.
That's actually my favorite moment in the book.
Yeah.
This,
Is the suit is in agony,
yeah.
and it's lashing out, and it's trying. It's just like where's Eddie, and then it's like Eddie, Peter, Doctor, like all like, it just can't rationalize
it's so,
it.
like, screwed
And
up
like,
from
of
the
course, it
pain.
feels hate and pain, so it shows the face of Peter Parker, whom it hates like the most.
Yes.
Which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah,
It's cool.
exactly.
It's also kind of like the Abyss, right? When that thing comes out, the little face thing. Did
Yeah.
you say that?
I did.
Oh, I missed that.
But it is, and man, if it used the Abyss technology, like even back then, it would have looked rad.
Right?
Or Terminator 2.
Yes, when it's dying. Yeah.
Meanwhile, back with Eddie, literally, there's like a checkpoint. We see like 7 guards.
Oh my god.
There's a reporter showing up. Is his name Kenny Ellis?
Yeah.
Or is it? Yeah, okay. He shows up and he's going to get the big scoop.
Yeah.
He's pretending to be a doctor. He's broken into a government facility.
He's pretending to be a doctor named Dr. Ellis.
Yeah.
He's using his own
Using
name.
his own name for his fake
You don't want to
identity.
confuse the reader.
Yes, for him, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, this
Himself.
confused the shit out of me because I thought it was Peter Parker.
Yeah, because he looks just like him. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And he's like, I'm a journalist.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
But we also see, we get like a full page splash of like where Eddie is, and you see these gun turrets up there. I can't help but pay attention to this because literally the symbiote has like 2 guys.
Yeah.
It's
The
the
few guys
symbiote
and this
who
red-
can literally take over anybody it
and
wants.
this unemployed jackass.
Yeah. And then you find out
This
there's
out of-
Sonics in this building. Like,
Yeah.
they think he's gonna, like,
Yeah.
Make
become
more
the
Venom.
symbiote.
Like
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
There's no Venom.
This out of work journalist is going to use big words on you. Hang on,
And he
everybody.
won't because he sucks.
He tries. So anyway, we got like, Eddie's like thinking about the whole thing, and I was just like,
Wasn't always this way.
no, it literally is that. He's just like, hey, wait, hang on. What if you don't know who Venom is?
Yeah.
Well, see, here's the thing, guys. I lost my job. I went to a church. I was praying. Turns out Spider-Man was having a hell of a time with a symbiote upstairs.
Gosh darn it.
And it fell right on me. Turns out we both hate Spider-Man, and we were going to go kill him.
So we made Venom.
Yep, and
Yeah.
that's pretty much how...
And you get the best looking Venom in the entire book.
Yes.
Yeah, except you get the worst
Yeah.
looking one right before it, where it looks like his jaw's like
That's
dangling off his
he's
face.
approximating the Eric Larson version
It's
of Venom.
not good.
No.
And he talks about how he killed people.
Yes,
And he feels
and,
bad
and he
about
feels
it.
horrible about
Yeah,
it.
like
And
innocent
he's
people who were
like,
just in the way when he was trying to kill.
right? He's like, what have I done?
Yeah.
And like from doing that, like he has like super strength. Apparently, I guess the symbiote left him with super
No.
strength.
It's just like it's like a car and a mother and a child. Like he's just feeling a lot of adrenaline.
I guess.
Really, it's funny because they all remark on like, how could he be this strong?
Because he
Yeah.
is
Makes
that
sense.
strong
They
later on.
they
again.
underestimated him despite
Oh.
the overkill when it came to the security force.
Well, yeah. And basically, he breaks out of like his like nudity preventing bindings.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Look, we're scientists. We're not pervs.
Which was
We
hilarious.
don't want
He
to see
was-
his dick.
He's in a skin tight green wetsuit in the beginning, and then
Yeah.
they strip him out of it and then
Yeah.
plug him into machines, which I gotta say is probably a human rights violation.
right, I would think
Oh
so.
yeah. This whole facility's off the books.
Right.
It's gotta be.
So he starts punching the safety glass, but like, there's no time for that because like, there's this hot redhead outside who's wearing a skimpy little outfit that starts dripping off, and you're like, oh really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I like that this drawing is just a naked chick that they then colored as if
Oh, yeah.
she had clothes on.
They just put a line here and here,
Yeah,
and a scoop
and
here,
and a scoop there.
yeah,
Yep.
and then a belt.
That's how they draw women in comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's very egregious.
the guys are already freaking out because Eddie Brock has broken the glass. He's not doing anything.
It's not even free.
He's collapsed. He's like, nah, I can't do it. Never
It
mind.
feels bad.
Right?
He's
He's just sad. He's
He,
just a
he
sad
has
little
punched
man.
the glass and it's like spider
because he
webbing.
lashes out for no
Right?
reason. Oh,
but
yeah,
then,
that's-
like, there's no time because, like, literally this like contingent shows up, and they're all symbiotes that look like guards.
Yes.
So we get this sweet splash page of the Life Foundation symbiotes, which are like Scream, Agony, Phage, Lasher, and the other one
Yes.
that I can't remember.
And the other one.
Well, none of them are named in this book, so
No.
I didn't know who any of them were.
No.
I knew 3 of them.
I was
Right.
like, oh, the purple one.
I only remember
and the yellow
Scream,
one.
which is the girl.
I
which
remembered
is the first
Scream,
one.
and I knew Phage and Lasher because I recently
Okay.
looked at a Venom
Action of the action figures, or
No, the tree. Like there's a family tree,
That's right.
and I just can't remember this one because
Yeah, the
that's
one that looks
Lasher
like Venom?
and Agony, and that's Phage, and that's Scream, and then
And that one.
and that guy,
Yeah.
the Venom that's
And the
not
one who's
Venom.
just Venom.
And the rest.
Yes, exactly, and Marianne, and he's like, oh my god, I can't believe how did they survive? And they're basically here because they want to like understand Venom, and they're like trying to keep their symbiotes at bay.
Yeah, because they're taking over them.
Yeah,
They feel themselves being
exactly.
taken over.
Yeah.
So they're like, we gotta like bust him out, like figure this whole thing out.
But
Like,
really, I love it. There's this huge government infiltration, big all-out assault, just so they can shake down Venom for info.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Tell us how you did it! I didn't. I was a psycho. They fucking beat me, and they took it away from me.
Yeah.
That's not the answer I wanted.
Give me a different one!
He was Venom for a while.
Oh, drink lots of tea?
Yeah.
Oh, tea, what kind?
I don't know!
Chamomile?
Oh, it's coming.
Chamomile.
Oh, sleep time, okay. So
Anyway.
they try not to kill anybody. Of course, some of them do
Of
kill
course, because
people.
they're symbiotes.
But, like,
Yeah.
here's the thing. If this facility had just not put so many guards on Eddie Brock, they would have saved a lot of lives.
Right,
yeah,
so many
like, well, don't kill these two
unnecessary
guys.
Yeah.
That's where you find out there's Sonics in the facility because they say, like, use the Sonics on them!
Right? So, like, while this is going on, like, reporter Kenny Ellis is watching all this, and he's just like, my story's getting away.
It's like, no, this is now the story.
No, my story's getting away. They're gonna take him away. I'll pretend I'm the doctor and I'll go with them.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
Because they just killed a bunch of people.
Yep.
He's
Yeah.
very dedicated to his craft.
And then that's it. Like,
How am I going to get
literally-
my
Then the
swoop
book
with
stops.
And then the
Brock?
book just stops. It just
Yeah.
comes to a halt.
Yes.
It's like,
Oh, the breaks were right on the pages.
yeah. What will happen next is the last like thought anyone has.
Yeah.
Except for the one that says, no one gives a shit.
You know why all those guards were there and all those like turrets and
So
stuff?
they can have this cool.
So they could have a huge fight with the
Yeah.
friggin'
Yep.
symbiotes. That's the only reason.
Yep.
That's it.
That's it.
So yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Nope.
Because it was just shoehorned in.
Yep.
To look
So
cool.
I
they-
gotta say, the 90s brain in me loves the design for Scream.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Scream is a super sweet design.
I love it.
Even
I love how
Phage
she
is
looks.
a cool looking
Yeah,
drawing.
Phage is a bad like.
I like
this is-
Lasher or
This
whatever.
is lazy.
This is very lazy.
Yep.
These two are lazy.
These two are lazy.
Very
Yeah.
lazy. No, Lasher's doing
It's like
something.
they put thought into like the first 3 ideas.
And then they were like, how many do we
Lasher's
need?
almost
5?
Spider-Man.
Well, it's like we got Bulbasaur and Pikachu and Charmander.
Yeah, yeah. See it? He's kind of electric and he's fire. And
Yep.
Plants, yeah.
And that's the rock one.
And
And
what I-
Onyx.
Onyx.
What I hate is also
And
the fact that
Vulpix.
for some reason on the
Yeah.
women they drew the nipples.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I know.
but they
trust me.
didn't on the guys.
I had the exact same thought. I was
yeah,
like,
it's ridiculous.
Well, because like,
And they draw them at an angle such that you could see.
Oh, you
the
definitely
nipples
can
are
see them.
definitely
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
yeah, I think this one dies, right?
yeah,
Yeah, she'll make it.
no.
But not here.
Spoilers. Separation anxiety.
Sorry.
Does she die in this arc? Separation anxiety?
I don't remember.
How many stories do they get out of the other?
Out of the
symbiotes?
Ember, it's at least 3.
All right.
Well, they made them.
I know they're not gonna just
They-
not make stories with
they-
them.
Well, they got the story where they made them, and then they got this story.
Yep, there's a couple more.
And then
'cause
there's
they
one
brought
story, one more where they die.
Because
Yeah.
they did more symbiotes, like much later than they should have. Like within the last 10 years, they've done more stories with symbiotes, and people really, really like them.
Does Lasher
Okay.
not have a scary mouth?
No, he does not.
No, because
No,
he got the whips.
Yeah,
He's got the whips.
exactly.
Doesn't need a scary.
There you go.
I don't have to talk. I talk with my tendrils.
He's
No.
the one who doesn't have a scary mouth.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There you go. That's Venom's
Venom
separation
separation.
anxiety.
And finally, Ben, if you'll tell us about how Carnage gets unleashed.
I'm so glad you had to do this one because I played this already.
Yeah.
And
You're
they-
really
It's
and
only
they
fair.
freaking reference it. I was like,
Yes. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah. It's
We're
awesome.
trying to sell our properties.
Listen.
I was having like flashbacks. I'm like, no, I suck at this game.
So this is Carnage Unleashed #1.
Please,
Yeah.
this has like the best opening,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
And also, in my opinion, has the best cover.
Yes. Now,
Yes.
okay.
This is such a 90s cover.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's not embossed.
no.
It's
No.
just flat. But holy crap, like the details on this.
Yeah.
All of the line work
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my favorite cover. Not just because of what's awesome on it, but also because of how it feels. It's a nice matte cover.
Mm-hmm.
It's glossy rather,
Yep.
and it just looks great.
Yeah.
I always love a
It's like Carnage is like exploding all over the place.
Yeah,
It's just like
this is after Maximum Carnage, so Carnage has already shot his wad as far as like relevancy and anything like worthwhile is concerned.
Okay.
So, Venom is just on the street, and he sees behind him, and there is a gigantic Carnage Unleashed, and he freaks out, because Carnage is right behind him, and he's going to attack him. And then also, we get this bizarre Minotaur Monologue where he goes, "My name is Eddie Brock, and I have a relationship with an alien," which entirely betrays the first image.
As I told Sal, this is like the opening to Eddie's sitcom.
Yeah.
Or like his like Quantum Leap style show.
Right? Like it just froze right here. I guess you're wondering how I got into this mess.
Well, let me tell you.
My name's Eddie Brock.
Well, so like, why is
I
there?
joined with a symbiote. Now,
Well, it's more than just a relationship. It's what you might call a symbiosis. So then we turn the page, and of course, it's just a video game poster for the Carnage Unleashed video game. Why were you freaking out, Eddie? You fucking mook.
What system is the Carnage Unleashed video game for?
For the Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
You know, Sega Genesis.
You gotta save a Genesis.
Yeah, just say Sega Genesis! You already have a deal with them. I don't understand.
No.
No, I can't. Then I still have to give them some money.
No.
Just like there's Jimi Hendrix on here, but I can't do the full line. It's there must be some way out of here.
Yeah, not some kind of way out of here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If I take a word out.
Yeah, it's the same
Yeah,
thing.
I like this world where there are huge video game ads
In alleys.
in
Plastered.
public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On buildings.
Yeah.
And they're so realistic that you think that Carnage
It's
is
coming
really
to life
there.
and attacking you.
Or Eddie is so entirely out of his surrounding, he's
Yeah.
walking around, and
Yeah.
then suddenly he's Venom, and he's slashing a poster.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, but he was in a fight.
Was he in a fight?
Yeah, he's fighting two goons, and like
Oh, he was in the middle
No,
of
we're
a
in the
fight
middle
with
of
guns.
in the middle of a fight,
The
and
fight
he's,
already
He's
started.
not even in the middle of a fight. They jumped him, apparently, and they're like, "Give us your stuff," and then he turns around and is like, "And then Carnage?"
why would Carnage want my wallet?
That son of a bitch!
I'm not gonna buy his game.
Yeah.
Ugh, but he's saying that he deserves he gets undeserved bad press, like he's a good guy
Yeah, the Venom
when he's
is-
not.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, like so does Spider-Man,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's a journalist.
No, that guy's a dick.
Okay.
So that's, I guess, before he feels bad in this book for killing people?
Yep.
Or before
Or
he becomes a
maybe-
lethal protector.
or
Or
maybe
that's Venom
he
talking
thinks about
Eddie
This
Brock
is in
talking?
chronological order, I believe. This is
Okay.
This is how it goes.
So this came after.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
so maybe he's getting bad press.
Venom's
No, I'm the lethal protector. Why don't you guys listen to
Venom
me?
gets bad press because he's a murdering psychopath.
I'm not a murdering psychopath. Have you seen that Carnage guy?
Or Frank Castle.
Never mind that I felt bad about killing, like, security guards and police before. Like,
He
in the
always
previous-
feels bad. It's all crocodile tears. Don't fucking buy into it.
So he's being jumped by two guys with guns who just want his wallet.
Right.
By the way.
Venom's wall.
Yes.
And he goes, I'll show you how sociopathic I am and how crazy that the papers are wrong to call me.
What is your problem? What is your obsession
Like
with bad
murdering
press?
you.
Okay, well,
You
first of all-
always Venom.
Those guys kind of deserve it because he becomes Venom, and they're still like, yeah, but I'm still gonna get your wallet, man.
Right.
I still have a gun.
Like, yeah, I just grew a mouth
Over my
with
first
shark
mouth.
teeth.
Yes. I'm just.
Yeah, well, we still want your wallet.
Yeah. I'm not leaving with
You
that
know what, I'm gonna
home.
give-
I don't think you understand. I had a purpose. I am going to accomplish that goal.
Yeah. You know what?
I've talked to my therapist. They say I really need to follow through on my ambitions.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So what happens to these thugs?
Oh, they die horrible deaths.
What?
Oh,
That's so unbecoming.
they
of a
shoot him.
character.
Apparently, the bullets just pop out of the.
He
the
absorbs
symbiote.
them and then he spits them out.
Yeah.
These are the onomatopoeias I was talking about.
Yeah.
Where you get wonderful things like shrip, makes sense, crunch, snap, and sploot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sploot.
Well,
That's
look,
like their stomach acid, like popping out
Yeah.
holes.
I thought that was them pooping.
It could be.
Well, I died, so
Yeah, it could be.
have you made that sound?
not when I've died, but I think we've all made that sound once in a while.
Yeah, well, if there's a toilet under you, I guess.
Sploot. And then he says, think of how many innocent lives I've saved by ridding the streets of those two predators.
Yeah, he justifies murdering these people.
Yeah.
To do good in the world makes the soul sing.
Okay, are you just gonna read this book to us, or are you just gonna tell us what happens in it? Because I already
He likes
read
that
it.
line.
These two goons in the background.
Oh my god!
So, he's trying to find Cletus Cassidy so that he can rid the world of him. And then he's apparently going to Ravencroft. And Cletus is having a therapy session where he's playing the Carnage Unleashed video game. But in this world, the Carnage Unleashed video game is Carnage killing people.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, it's
no,
Carnage
Maximum-
fighting Venom. I guess it's like a...
But someone else can play them?
Yeah,
because
it's
later
like-
on,
it's humans
people
against
can
each
play
other.
the other heroes?
Yeah, you can
So
lock
it's like
in.
a fighting game?
Yeah, it's like an
Online?
online fighting game.
Yes.
Like,
It's not Maximum Carnage, the game you could get for the Sega
No.
Genesis or
No,
Super Nintendo.
it's another
No.
version of it.
Yeah. But Carnage we're seeing Carnage win every time.
Right.
Because the guy playing
Because
Carnage
he's
is
playing
great.
Carnage.
Yes.
Right, and to be fair, though, he really should be paying attention to something else in the room, because all doctors look like her.
I can't believe she's wearing her workout outfit
It's
while she's
ridiculous.
conducting a therapy session.
Her
It's,
straps are falling off.
Yeah.
She's not wearing a bra.
Her
midriff
midriff
is
is
showing.
completely showing.
it's unbelievable. Now, maybe it's deliberate. Maybe it's a therapy tactic
If
where
there
she's
was a
trying to distract
line
him.
about that in the book,
Right.
fine.
No,
but she doesn't
But we
mention
know it's
it.
not, because they're using the video game to
Yeah, the
distract
video game,
him.
there is they talk about tactics to
There's, like-
distract him,
That's
and it's
true.
not
The
her
video game is
outfit.
what it is.
Yeah.
It's
That's
insanity.
just what she's wearing.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's her everyday 9-to-5 outfit.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
he's talking about how, like, the game frees him, and
Yeah.
even though in this world, in this complex, there's like specific equipment to keep him locked in, which
Yeah.
comes up later.
There's microwaves, he says.
Yep.
Yeah.
Microwave shield, specifically designed to keep yours truly caged.
And to cook Hot Pockets.
Like Carnage.
What?
He's a hot pocket.
He's a hot pocket.
I think.
Oh, man.
I think Ben likes Carnage.
Ooh.
No.
He's talking about his family life, and she's like, "Oh, we'll talk more about that." He's like, "Yeah, my mom did terrible things, and my dad punished her for it, and shit like that."
Yeah.
So,
Well, no, Mom
that's
did.
fun.
I guess they assume
Or
that
Dad
dad
did that?
killed the
Right.
dog.
Or who cares?
but hey, let's take a
Moving
break
on.
from all of that. Eddie Brock is on a bus.
What's he
This,
doing?
for me, this was literally the most interesting part of this whole book.
Was it really?
I
Because
really...
there's a reboot ad on the page.
God
before.
damn.
Bingo.
Really? You were gonna
No!
Tiffany saw something she liked, and she goes, "Oh, this is a good part of the book."
No, I
Ooh,
actually
damn it.
enjoyed like Eddie Brock dealing with a real life problem and like
Mm.
actually trying to help a human being.
Well, like how he's just, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
so,
can't
like-
suit up and kill it.
Well, no, because we'll get into it. I'll explain why.
Okay.
So he's talking to. He keeps calling her kid, and she's like, "It's not kid, it's Kirsten," because she has an old soul, though.
Right.
Anyway, she's a musician, and she's gonna go to the big city because she fell in love with a guy
She
Who
met
sent
on
her-
the internet, presumably.
and sent her a picture. I assume it's on the mail.
Yeah.
But like, he sent her a picture of him, and she's like, "Yeah, you're an artist. You're cool. We're gonna."
He writes like he
Live our lives
got
together.
published. I guess he's a poet or a writer or
she's
whatever.
a poet.
Yeah.
And she's trying to like wake up her generation and be like, "No, you got to break out of this stuff. You have to stay positive and persist." And
Yeah.
that's her message. Is like, yeah, like we're born into this crappy world, but like we have to make the best of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because she starts out singing a song about how like everything's like
Sucks. Yeah.
messed
Yeah.
up, and I'm like, is that a Papa Roach song? Because it's like a little bit like one of,
Emptiness and desolation, loneliness and desolation.
Yeah.
And that said, this is pre-Papa Roach, so...
really? Oh, no.
Papa Roach wrote.
He's read this book.
was
and
like,
just
yes!
changed the lyrics on it.
Positivity!
And she's like, no, I'll deal with the first couple of
Yes.
Yeah, and Venom's like, that's real down. And she's like, no, like second verse, like it gets.
Okay.
And it turns out she's like this ray of sunshine.
Just as a quick side note, too, there's another person on this bus who's playing the Carnage video game
The
Oh,
Game
yeah.
Boy game, yeah.
Yeah.
on something.
Yeah, on a
It
device.
looks like it actually has like keys, like
Yeah.
it's a little traveling computer, but it says, "I'll eat your brain."
That's what Venom says in his action figure.
Yeah.
Every time.
What hilarious!
I was confused because I'm like, they do it like 3 times where someone says, I'll eat your brain, and it looks like Carnage is saying
Yeah,
it.
they're
And
just-
I'm like, I thought Venom said I eat your brain.
Yeah, but they gave it to Carnage.
Because
Well,
Carnage is the villain in this book, and why would our hero
Yeah.
say,
Why
"I'll
would
eat your
Venom talk about
brain"?
eating people's brains? That's
Yeah.
that's a horrible thing to say.
Well, he's talking about how he'll listen to your thoughts and
Yeah.
he'll
And absorb
your
Oh.
knowledge and
Oh,
like
metaphorically.
he just wants to get you know you. Yeah, it's really about a personal connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, the symbiotes speak in metaphors.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Eddie wakes up and he's just like, "Look, you can't rhyme ennui with ennui." It's like this entire time he's been trying to fall asleep. And
that's it.
The tipping point is not the music.
No.
It's not that he's
It's a
back.
bad
They can't
rhyme.
sleep. He's like, you can't make those rhyme.
That's
What are
it.
you doing?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
They start talking back and forth. Kirsten turns out to be a pretty cool person, and he's just getting her life story.
Like you do.
Okay, so for me, the reason I like that is because it's Venom, Eddie Brock dealing with a human problem. Typically,
Yeah.
Venom as a monster, you know what I
Yes.
mean, doesn't deal with as many human elements, and like we see him end up being conflicted with this because he gets distracted later on because like he has to deal with a like
With Carnage,
superhero or supervillain monster problem. and
But
still-
he already has something like invested in
exactly, and he has
Yeah.
to let the human element go. I thought that was really neat.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was neat. And she is in trouble because he
Yes.
looks at this picture.
And he's like,
Yes.
oh
Oh no, that is a pedophile.
he sees like scars
Track
or
marks.
yeah,
Yeah.
track marks.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah, like
knows
he's gonna
Yeah.
sell this chick out to get drugs or
Yeah.
whatever.
or whatever. It's not gonna be good for her.
No.
no.
But that's okay, because we're going to do a cutscene where we go to the video game company that's making the Carnage Unleashed game. You know, excessive violence video game company.
A little on the nose.
Yeah.
Clearly written by someone of this generation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a young person.
And we get to find out all about their model, which is very much what EA must have read. They must have read this, and this is clearly where they got the idea for making video games.
Please, I want you.
No.
Alright, so we get the players hooked for free, and then charge them the limit for the modules and codes to access the higher levels of play. Holy crap, that is
Yeah.
exactly what's
that
happening.
was really prescient.
Yes.
And it parallels the fact that, like, Kirsten's going to hook up with a drug user who, you know, you get drugs free and then you get hooked on.
And then you get hooked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, video games
Are a
legit.
drug.
Yes.
Yeah, they're a drug.
You also
Like,
have...
Are you? But you're selling this video game with this comic.
Yeah!
Like, what are you doing? You fucking hypocrite! Like, what?
Like, they got the rights to the Carnage video game because the developer's talking to the guy that owns the company. He's like, you got the rights to this video game. Like, I can't believe they sold it to you. Like, you basically got the doctor that is in charge of the facility
To sign off
to
on
sign
the
off on this. I
licensing
can't believe you
Carnage
did. And he's like,
therapy.
yeah, no, it's fine. And then the doctor explains, it's like, but wait, guys, no, I did that because all the money we're making from the video game means this facility can get funded. You have no idea. We have to keep Carnage in here. The electricity cost alone is astronomically through the roof.
Yeah,
Right,
for those microwaves.
Right, which means that like SHIELD or any other government organization right now is not taking any interest in
In
Carnage.
No.
Yeah, this random psychiatric facility.
Is
That's the deal.
keeping
Responsible.
Now, Ravencroft
And
has
it's, like,
traditionally
barely-
been
well,
dealing with
okay,
Carnage,
let's
but
choose
they
Ravencroft,
never
yeah.
keep him under lock and key. It's all, he constantly freezes.
Right?
Right.
Like at what point does
Right.
someone go, okay,
Alright, that's enough.
you
For a
can
long
do
time,
it.
the Fantastic Four used to keep that up.
Oh, really?
But they do
Yeah.
that. They do a brilliant
They couldn't keep
transition.
Carnage.
No.
That reminded me of Fifth Element, where they're talking, where they have part of the conversation on one page, and then they finish the conversation where other people are having the exact same conversation,
Right.
Yeah.
and then they just continue it, which was fun.
Yeah. Now,
And
how
then-
did they get Carnage to agree to sign away his rights?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Carnage signed away his rights because I don't fucking know.
He wanted internet access.
He wanted internet access, and he wanted to play the game. That was his only stipulation.
Yeah, that was all he wanted.
Right. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need, yeah.
And that gets the incredible.
It's very important
It's
Yeah.
very
in this
important.
book.
Yeah, it's the linchpin that makes me go, oh no.
And it also made me think, like, wait a minute. He has to sign, like, they have to get his permission
Yeah.
to use the name Carnage, but his name's not Carnage.
But it's his-
That's just
it's-
what people call
It's
it.
his visage. It's who he is.
It's who he became.
Well, I guess the symbiote's really signing off.
Yeah.
It's not
Symbiote
Chris
doesn't have
Cassidy.
rights. You don't have to get rights
Oh,
for the
whoa,
symbiote
whoa,
to use
whoa,
the
whoa!
name
The
Carnage.
symbiote doesn't have rights.
It's a living creature that lives on Earth. It deserves to.
It's not a human being
Wow.
who doesn't have rights.
Right.
Wow.
It's shocking to me that, like, the video game company would, like, be like,
Would
no, we
follow
gotta
those
get
protocols.
Carnage's rights to use the name Carnage in our video game.
Listen.
This mass murdering, non-human
Well, apparently it
thing.
wasn't very hard. What does it matter?
I
Yeah.
guess.
No,
They
all
tried.
we wanted
They're
was
like,
to
you know
play
what?
the game.
They're like,
Done.
let them sue us, but let's just try once.
Yeah, we
Can we
won't
get
have
the
to deal
rights?
with the
Sure.
lawsuit if we just
Fucking
ask.
really? Okay.
Okay. I was
hell.
going to do it anyway.
You just have to give me a copy of the game.
And,
That's it?
and
Yeah.
internet access. I want
We have a
those
buddy
people.
who used to make video games, or like very early on, he made a couple of levels for games. They would give him the free copy all the time. That was actually a practice in video
Yeah.
games. If you helped them in any way,
Yeah, but
they
he's
gave you
a
an early
murdering
copy.
psychopath in prison.
Look,
Yeah, but they
listen.
also they justify it by saying that like the game is an expression
Right.
of his ability
Right.
to like heal.
Right, but also, like, any press is good press.
Yeah. There's
They're
no such
hoping
thing
that
as
Carnage
boundless.
gets out because that'll really raise awareness.
Even the therapist says, how can you give this mass murderer
Yeah.
access to a computer and the internet? And they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. The internet is not really what he has. There are blocks.
Yeah.
There are baffles, apparently.
I guess they never heard of a firewall.
No, they can't just use that term.
No.
There's no way for him to access anything else other than the specific computer
Right.
that it links to at the video game.
Yeah, so it's
So,
totally safe.
don't
and
even
it's part
worry
of his
about it.
therapy.
I mean, would you rather we give it away? The therapist's like, no, this is really helping him heal. This is good.
It's also unclear what the goal is. What this therapist goal. She keeps talking about making a breakthrough, but
Yeah.
like to what?
I think she's trying to understand Cletus Cassidy as a person,
Yes.
not
Okay.
Carnage.
I think she's
Right.
trying to make her name in the therapy community.
She's
by,
the Harley Quinn
She's-
of the
yeah,
of the Carnage story.
by
Yeah.
breaking down Carnage, being like, oh, I've cured Carnage, and now I can do
That's
anything.
true.
Does she want to cure him?
She doesn't become Shriek or anything, right?
No.
Okay.
No, Shriek already.
Okay. That's right.
Yeah,
She
unfortunately.
doesn't become any
It
sort
already
of.
happened.
No,
Yeah.
no, she didn't.
So
do
then Kirsten wakes up and she's singing, and Eddie wakes up on the bus, and they're getting close to the city, and she's like, "Hey, it's a brand new day! Isn't life beautiful?" And he's like, "God, you're so damn cheery."
He's like, ugh.
She's like, "Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna. This is Clive. This is the man that I'm in love with. That I'm going to live with my life."
I love that
with.
photo he
yeah.
sent her.
Yeah.
Yep. Doesn't he look? Isn't he cute?
And I'm like, that guy
He looks like he's 45.
Yep.
older. He looks like he's freaking.
It looks
Dio.
like he's a 45-year-old drug user.
Yes.
I love that
City Miles.
his shirt sleeves are different than his shirt in color. I'm like,
Oh.
No, he's got
Yeah,
a
it's a
t-shirt
two-tone
and a
shirt.
jacket and a vest over it.
I
No,
don't-
you understand. There's a little sweater vest. In
Oh
there.
yeah,
Yeah,
in
he's
the
got
middle.
like white sleeves on a gray t-shirt.
yeah.
He eats a lot of great food and it spills.
Ew.
Well, not only that, but like I only have the one shirt. The sleeves don't really get dirty.
Yeah,
That's
well,
why they're
front
rolled
does.
up.
Yeah, exactly.
But I haven't washed this in a good 3 years.
He
Yeah.
smokes in that shirt.
Anyway.
So Eddie, he doesn't even get into like trying to tell her like I can't break this news to her, but like it's just not going to go well.
Yeah.
Which he should have because he loses his chance to tell her to run away.
Yeah.
Then it cuts back to the scene where Cassidy is explaining the whole scenario with the mom and the dad and the dog and the trial and all that, and he goes crazy. And he not only goes crazy, he gets the Carnage like comes out,
Mm-hmm.
and then he stabs the doctor through the chest before they can throw the microwave emitters on.
Yeah.
And you're like, holy crap! He stabbed her in the chest!
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then the microwave emitters come on, and then you find out that she is a holographic projection in the room.
Yeah.
But she's so
Psych.
realistic looking.
So realistic
Yeah, it's a
looking, you can't
perfect
even tell. You don't understand. That's how advanced the holographic technology
That
is.
both of them were fooled. Like she was
Yeah.
actually thrown off, and he expected to kill her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird.
Garbage.
This
Yeah,
this
well.
facility is overfunded.
They
From
need that
all the video
Carnage
game
money.
money.
Yeah.
They-
We
We
might as
gotta
well
put it
build a
somewhere.
hologram
It's
projector.
a billion-dollar industry.
Hey, and I also gave myself a spa room and
Yeah,
a
exactly.
wonderful cafeteria.
Yeah.
The developer is trying to get Carnage back online to play him because apparently by playing Carnage, they're advancing the game.
Well, they're beta testing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no,
No,
I
but
guess
they
like,
went live.
that's right.
Yeah.
Did they go live?
The game's
Yeah.
out. People playing on the bus.
Because they were talking about beta testers.
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
beta testing some other element of the game.
I thought it was like a precursor to now when like everything's a beta.
Oh,
version,
yeah.
like,
No,
Google's a beta.
Yeah, no, the
for
game's
you.
out.
but
the
the
game's
It's
out.
like we're
There's a
testing
guy
the
on the
game.
bus playing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got they paid their
Well, the
$60.
guy on the bus is playing the Game
Cartridge
Boy
version,
version because
yeah.
at one point they talk about we got the Game Boy version, we got the Sega Genesis version, but this new version,
Yeah, but
Right,
the
is
guy-
the online.
It's going to be the online
But the
version.
guy
is the new
says that
thing.
he's like, no, let's release it tonight. We're good.
That's
Well,
right.
yes, release it tonight, like right as this is happening. Like,
Yes.
we're at that point right now.
Okay.
So
So
the guy
but he wants to play one more time or something.
he wants
I don't
to
know.
get him on so that there's a showdown apparently.
Oh,
Like he wants the
yes.
best player of the game to be online for launch.
Right.
Yeah.
Except it's already launched.
I don't think it has. I think they're about to launch. He's talking about playing with the beta testers.
Right.
I'm pretty sure because they talk about beta testers like twice in this book.
Well, I think it makes sense.
I think
but-
we're about to launch.
I think
Anyway.
the fact is, like, they want Carnage in the game because,
Yeah.
like, it's Carnage. It's better
That's funny
publicity.
though because like I didn't even know they knew it was Carnage
Oh yeah.
because it's the character's Carnage in the game. But do they know the guy at the other end is
Yeah, they
Carnage?
do.
Or do they just know he's like really, really,
I
No,
like,
they-
a really
sure
good
about
No,
that.
I
they
ass-
know it's
I
Carnage.
assume they did. I assume that they knew it was definitely him because he signed
He
away.
says,
He
"Come
wanted
on
to
and log
copy
in,
the game."
Cassidy."
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
this is
there you
Cassidy,
go.
okay.
He
Yeah.
specifically knows who it is.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
But this is the thing: they're monitoring him.
Mm-hmm.
They want security in the room, and then Carnage jumps out of Cassidy again and goes into the computer. And this is so freaking annoying. But they're monitoring him, and
They're watching it right now.
But
They're
apparently,
watching it
since he's
happen.
not killing anybody, they're like, you know what?
Let's
Just
see
let
where
it
this
keep going.
goes.
Don't hit the microwaves yet. I want to see how this plays out.
Maybe they weren't looking at that second. They looked away.
So he goes through the computer.
So
He turns it off into fiber optic.
Yeah,
he says, and this is infuriating. Carnage, you set up codes and restrictions to keep out an ordinary hacker, but not an entity that can extrude itself as a molecular filament and travel across communication cables.
Yeah.
I was like, couldn't you just do that at any time?
So
a new power.
then Carnage reaches his foot through the screen and it comes out the other side and kicks them. Or his hand goes through the telephone line and strangles the person. It's literally what it is, like fucking cartoon.
It's like the movie Shocker. The guy that got electrocuted and then could travel through power lines.
Yes.
Or like Freakazoid.
It's Freakazoid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
like
that-
that he jumps through the monitor.
Jumps through
To
the
get,
monitor.
to get into the
to
fiber.
get into the well, it's not fiber. This is pre-fiber optic.
Oh,
this
right.
is the copper wiring.
Yes, the copper.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he jumps through it.
Well,
And he grabs the developer.
Yep.
And then forces the developer to unlock the restrictions on the computer.
Yeah, he forces the video game developer to use his
hack.
Hacking
elite
ability.
hacksaw skills.
I'm sorry.
to hack
So
security.
you can go through a microfiber filament,
Mhm.
but you can't go anywhere else?
Yeah,
you
why
can't
don't you just go
Well, 'cause
elsewhere in the building? and
turn it
blockers,
off.
the blockers are on, guys. Come on,
Oh,
you
yeah,
only need
blockers.
access.
Yeah,
to
Yeah, it's
the
only a
one-
one-way door. It goes from here to there, and that's
Yeah.
it. Nowhere else in the building.
blockers
So-
that block access are physical things that physically block off the cables.
Yes.
I guess.
I just want to say,
like
that
No
what?
way.
I don't understand why Carnage didn't just bail on Cletus. I know he's like they're bonded.
They're together.
But,
It's
like,
within
still-
his ball. It's in his blood.
I was gonna say, but still, like if I were Carnage, I'd be like, yeah, bye.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna find somebody else.
Oh man, I'm free.
You're
Oh, man.
so lame.
A million people who play this game,
Or
one of them
maybe-
has to be a psycho.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll find someone else.
Well, and if you're the writer of this story, like most of them are psychos.
So-
Because video games are for psychos.
So Carnage then gets the developer to unlock the security, like disable everything
Yeah.
for the Ravenloft Institute.
Yeah.
Or Ravencroft, or whatever it is.
yeah.
Ravencroft Institute.
Yeah, because he's good with computers. Of course he can do that.
Of
Anyone who's
course.
good at computers can also hack into like major facilities.
Oh,
And
I'll
the
just do it.
security systems.
Yeah.
Oh,
Man,
it's done.
Yeah.
I'll just rewrap the encryption.
Yep. And then he
Done.
did.
He's trying, and suddenly, oh, it's taken care of. And then Carnage breaks out of the facility.
Yeah.
Oh, he's loose.
Yep. You get
Yeah.
a splash page and blah.
Yeah, I'm free.
And they're like, what? But our blockers were in place.
Now, here's the weird thing.
Did not block you. Turn on the microwave emitters.
Oh, he can't. He shut off
Oh,
the power
they're off.
somehow.
To
Oh.
get the microwaves.
Oh,
Literally
that's-
get the microwaves.
That's
in
what
the
he was
break
doing
room.
when he reached
Wait,
through the computer
how
screen.
about
I guess he was turning
All
off
of our
our
security guards with guns.
Yeah.
Why don't they just fire?
Well, I assume
They
they're
must
about
be.
to.
They must be microwave guns, right?
They are. And
They
they're,
look
but
like
they're
it.
just so surprised.
Oh.
Well, they're just looking at the dog.
Well, they haven't had a chance
Yeah.
yet, and we don't
Yeah,
Yeah,
get
they're
to
like,
see.
what is this lady wearing?
The thing that drives me nuts is that right before Carnage breaks out of his facility,
Yeah.
you've got Eddie and you've got Kirsten who
Get off the bus.
get off the bus. And he then sees her go off with Clive. And he says, it's none of my business. But she's a sweet kid. Oh, I can't let this happen. But right at that second,
Yeah.
a man is flung out of a window
Developer, free
Yeah.
Carnage, yeah.
Yeah.
and falls onto a car. Or possibly the bus. I think it's the bus
I think
itself
it's
that
the
they
bus.
came out of. And then there are tendrils that are hanging out the window. And he goes, that's Carnage. I know those tendrils anywhere. I have to get to him and deal with him. But that's not where Carnage is at the moment.
Well, he
Carnage
doesn't
is
know
at
that.
facility.
Right.
Yeah, he assumes Carnage is probably there.
He's like, oh, he got out.
Yeah.
And came here.
And he's been on a bus. What's he know? Anything could happen.
This is a Venom book.
Why is there so much Carnage?
We had Venom for 3 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had more Eddie Brock in this book than
But
Venom.
Yeah.
Eddie Brock is Venom.
But
Yeah, they are one.
yeah, that's true.
But
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, but if
he's
you're
never Venom in this book, I don't think,
Yeah.
right? He never.
No, in the
turned
No,
beginning.
he was
Yes.
Venom
Yeah, he's
Oh,
Venom
that's
one.
right. That's right.
They trick you.
all here,
Yeah.
And that's it.
and then he's done.
Yeah, he kills those guys.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, but
it.
then you get
And then
Carnage,
he gets
so
on the
who
bus.
cares?
Yeah, but then you got
Yeah,
Carnage.
it's like
Yeah.
the better
And-
Venom.
Well, we
and
gotta
like-
set up. There'll
Yeah,
be more Venom later.
It's Carnage and his hot doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is part 1 of 4.
Yeah. And we don't get to see what happens in the lab.
We don't get to see what happens in the lab
Carnage is about to
because
kill him. But
Carnage's door comes open.
it explodes open.
Yeah.
Not only that,
Screen.
but when he comes through the computer, apparently it turns the terminal
Red.
monitor red.
Yeah.
Because
he's
red.
infecting it with his.
Well, he's
carnage.
coming out of it.
Of course.
With one of his
Anyway.
many powers.
That is the end of this issue.
Yeah.
Episode.
But doesn't that make you want to read the rest of the story?
Yeah.
No.
What? All right.
We don't get anything else from Kirsten.
No.
Well, we don't know because he implies that he's going to leave her because he's got to go deal with Carnage.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he's like, he's
But
got
he's
this dilemma
torn.
of like,
He's
do
like,
Yeah.
I could actually save someone.
yeah.
But then he comes to a sense of like, wait, if I stop Carnage, I will save a lot more people.
Yeah, but he does yell, wait. So like, I guess you don't really know what happens, because that's the last we see is like, wait, and then he thinks, I've got no time, I have to deal with Carnage, and then you don't get to see
That's
him
the
again.
dilemma.
So we're
But
not
all he
sure.
could do right now is just murder Clive.
Yeah, that's
He
true.
had no problem killing those other guys.
Yeah.
Then again, we don't know Clive's backstory. Maybe he's a recovering junkie.
Exactly.
Maybe he's
Like,
fine.
you can't kill someone who's not like actively...
He just has horrible judgment in sending the worst photo possible.
Yes.
So the question
Or he's
is,
very honest, like, look, this is
who I
kind
was,
of who
but,
I was.
Yeah, but look at me now.
But, yeah.
it still
That's
isn't
not
that.
what
We know. So there's 3 first issues of Venom miniseries. Just before we get into the good, bad, the ugly, which one makes you want to read the second issue the most? Which one do you want to read next?
Only this one.
Really? Yeah. I was going to say Separation Anxiety.
Me too. Separation
Really?
anxiety. Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't care about Carnage. But because really, at the end of the day, like you know exactly what to expect from Carnage. There's no surprise. Carnage is a lunatic.
You know you're going to get a cyber fight.
Do you know what I mean? Though, like, there's no depth to that character necessarily.
No,
It's
Carnage is skin deep.
Like,
But you get depth with Eddie.
But
in this
Cassidy.
book.
only if
It's
she
a monster.
deals with
Yes.
the girl, and I don't
Yeah.
have guarantee. I'd rather
Yeah.
read this because at the very least, the symbiote children like have an actual plight and they actually have a dilemma.
All right, which one's the best one out of these?
I, again, have to say Venom Carnage Unleashed.
I'm also going Venom.
I have to go with
What
separation anxiety.
do you think, Sal? We can all agree that.
I think that. Damn it! You know, I hate to admit it, but I think that Howard Mackey actually was trying to tell the story. This is something else. I don't even know what this is trying to be. But yeah,
It's nuts.
No, yeah, that's the thing. Is like, and the ham-fisted like social commentary about video games.
Yeah.
Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here with that
Yeah,
shit.
the fact that the best part of the story is about a character who's not featured in the story,
Yeah.
that girl, that's a
Mhm.
problem.
But that's what I want more.
But
Yeah,
the
but that's
part.
yeah.
But it's not
It did happen.
yes, but it's barely about Venom. It's certainly not about Carnage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least with this one, like, Eddie has he's torn.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, Eddie himself is going through this, like, weird withdrawal where A, he doesn't have the symbiote anymore, B, he's recognizing his sins.
Yeah.
And you have these, like, 5 show up who are, like, dealing with a similar problem, but Eddie can't see that
Right.
now. Like, I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I agree. They're both terrible.
Yes.
Neither one of them are great.
No. And I could not stand the ride-along character for Separation Anxiety.
No, I agree.
I also
I don't
did
think
not
he's
like...
right
Well,
along.
he just yeah. Well, this rando.
I don't know what he is.
This rando,
You can
like,
take him
who
out of the
cares?
book, and it's the
Doesn't
same
need
book.
him.
Yeah.
That's what I really don't get.
No,
like
it's
he thought,
frustrating.
I thought he was going to be involved in like Venom getting out,
Right? No.
or
He's
something
just-
like he's going to press a button. Or
Things
something.
happen around him, and he's like, "Oh shit!"
He's
I
like,
guess
oh, look at that! Oh, this is crazy! Oh, this is going to be a good scoop.
I guess I'll keep
what
going.
are you here
Oh, I
for?
survived!
Now maybe he's like a parallel
He
for
must
Eddie.
be in the next book. That's
Yeah.
the only thing I could think. Is like
Yeah.
they needed.
There's no
him
question
to
he's
be
going to be in there. But
Yeah.
like,
So like, but
who
in
cares?
this book, he accomplishes
useless.
nothing. You can
Yeah.
take him out, and this book does not change.
not at all.
I also don't like the art as much in Separation Anxiety.
Yeah, I don't even know though. The art in this, I think I prefer
That's
the art in
tough.
that one
That's tough.
because this one's too
no, I
irregular.
don't.
Like it's all over the place. Like the first 3 pages, I'm like, yeah, and then it's like, what?
The first 3 pages are great.
That first page really tricks you.
No, I don't. I mean, like, I see why there's a very specific style to this time period.
It's very 90s.
Yeah.
But it's not even like it's not like 90s where they're trying to like
No.
where it's someone who has no artistic training
Right.
is just drawing anything they think is cool. Like 90s for me is like just some kid who just wants to see this so bad they drew it. Like that's not what this is. This is a person who knows anatomy and knows how
Yes.
to do a story and everything. Like
Whereas the person who drew this book thinks that people have little teeny feet.
Yeah,
well, that's forced perspective. That's
Yeah.
a far away foot.
that's a very far away. foot.
It's
really
super
far
far
away.
away.
Yeah.
Look, I don't
it's
know
like-
if you know this. Eddie Brock does not like to talk about his tiny feet.
Yeah.
I would not
Or-
bring that up to
Or
him.
how he does such incredible stunts
With such tiny feet. Yeah.
The art at the end of this book is great with the symbiotes.
Yeah.
Like these symbiotes look great.
That's the thing. At the end of the day, which symbiotes look better?
Those.
No, I mean, like, yeah, when they're showing a symbiote, which one would you rather look at? I say this one.
Yeah.
I like how Shriek looks better
Yes.
than I like how Carnage looks in this book.
No, Carnage is kind of a hot mess.
I agree. Carnage is, but I like the way Venom looks in this book at the beginning when he is Venom.
When he's
Venom.
When he chooses to be Venom for
Yeah.
the love
He's
of God.
okay.
To me, like that's Venom. Like that is
I don't.
Venom.
I
yeah.
like some of again like. There are panels in this I don't like of Venom, and there are panels in this like I don't like this big bulbous head for
No.
Venom.
Really?
I don't like that.
No, he has to have more jaw.
Well,
Yeah.
because like down here he doesn't have a big bulbous
Well, it's
head.
inconsistent.
Yeah, like there's no consistency, and that's a problem with Venom. Venom is difficult to draw, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
it's
like
a-
he's like a worst case scenario.
Yeah, it's, well, because you lose a lot of like the key things that would help you to keep everything in perspective because
Yeah.
he has very few features, you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah.
The other thing that draws me to the
I wish the coloring was better in this too.
Yes, I agree.
It's so washed out.
Carnage Unleashed.
Carnage Unleashed, thank you, is the fact that I didn't know so much backstory for Cassidy. and
Right, so
now
you were like,
knowing
oh, cool!
it, I'm terrified. I'm literally horrified by the crap that happened in his life
Right.
that he did, and I'm
Oh.
like, oh,
he is messed up.
this guy is a monster.
That's really funny
Yes.
because I literally this made me care about him even less. I was just
Because
like,
I
oh,
hate him.
Oh, I don't care about
oh
him.
no, I
That's
just mean
more
that. I
like-
just mean like, oh, you're a one note, cool.
Right.
Just that, like, no, this guy is a literal psychopath in the shit that he's
Yeah.
done.
No, but like I think there's like a really skilled writer could have written an actual messed up life that like really made you think.
Mm-hmm.
This is just like I need to hit you over the head with how like messed up it is without any subtlety.
Well, what's
Zero
interesting is
subtlety.
like they don't show
But apparently
him
this
as...
was already the case. Like,
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
always
that's
been.
like
It's always
you
been
don't
like that.
see him become a psychopath. It's like he's just
always
he's
been
just a
that way.
psychopath.
Right.
And it's showing you
But
like
they said that in Carnage
the
1.
nature
Yeah.
of his madness.
I just
Yes.
to me it was unimpressive.
Interesting.
I've seen worse.
You know what's funny? I like it,
It's
It's
not the
so-
greatest like deconstruction of a psychopath
but it's
I've
like
ever
so
seen.
Yeah.
one-dimensional. It's real.
I guess.
Like that's exactly what like I've seen that shit in like real
Yeah.
stories.
But see, I don't
Zero
buy
to
that
the
like
ball.
everybody like okay, so what? Dad went to jail. He got an attorney.
Oh no! Well, you,
Like that's what I'm saying. Like,
Well,
I'm like,
I made the joke about like when they found the dog. What were they gonna say? Like
yeah,
no.
that's what I'm saying. Like there is 1,000 other examples they could have used that would have worked better.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this what happens is realistic in that, like, yeah, if the dad killed the mom like that, the dad's going to jail. Like,
Yeah,
there's no way they're gonna
especially
find out that the
with a
kid is
hammer.
involved.
especially if the kid lies about what
Yeah,
happened.
exactly.
They're
Like,
gonna believe him.
like he sets his dad up perfectly, basically.
It's like he did. It's like he knew what was all gonna happen.
Or I don't, or he's just like really good at improvising.
I think that's what
he
it
just
is.
doesn't care.
I just didn't care.
But
I
I
like
also
how
think-
much he didn't care.
I also think the video game
About any lies.
aspect of the book is entirely over. I don't think it's going to come into play again.
You
oh
think?
no! Oh no! It's all about the video game.
That sucks.
So no,
Damn
I
it,
stand.
that's
I
too
like
bad.
my
But that being
choice
said-
then.
See, not knowing that, I thought it was just all set up and we were
Nope.
going to be done with that.
Right, and then
We were
they
just
gotta
gonna
fight
get
the
cool
streets.
Venom Carnage
No.
Then I'm very pleased with my choice.
But let's talk about Venom the Madness because it's clearly the ugly.
Yes.
Oh, it's the
In
loser.
every way, because it looks horrible.
The art is
It
not
is.
good.
It is written in such a hackneyed fashion.
And the
Like, this
story is boring.
It's boring.
Yeah.
It's one note, and the worst of it is it's so dated. Despite the fact that we have a video game plot in here, like this
We
is
could
like,
see actual video games
Yeah,
from
it's
the era
looting,
they're actually from.
but it's like loot and plunder.
But I
Is
will-
gonna dump the thing in the lake.
Yeah, no, these are both dated. I find this less dated because they don't mention.
They don't. Well, it could happen anywhere at
Yeah.
any time.
It's true.
Yeah.
This is-
Anywhere, anytime.
This is unfortunately like the biggest visual for people. I know people have loved Venom the Madness. What's interesting is I did an online poll about it, about like which series they would like to see us cover on like a back issues episode. Venom the Madness lost hard.
Wow.
So like people have either fallen out of love with Venom the Madness, or I miscalculated the popularity of the madness.
What happens in this book? Like,
He basically
fights
becomes
the
like
Juggernaut.
he becomes an augmented symbiote. He's got
Yeah.
like all this crazy shit. They made an action figure out of the version that he becomes. Out
Of course, you can sell that as a toy.
Yeah, but
yeah, I
like
mean, it's a cool
it's a
looking
cool
drawing
visual,
with
and
little Venoms
but
coming
people
out of
loved
them.
it. And let me tell
But
you, like
in
here's
this
the thing.
book, this book is fucking garbage.
it's so bad.
I don't know what happens next after
But
it
who
gets the
cares?
Mercury, but it's like the whole thing is like Venom gets even more cool.
Yeah.
Not only that,
Through
we had to bring in an outside villain. We can't even have him fight his own villain.
Well, it's
he
because
doesn't have
he
any.
doesn't really have any because he wasn't.
Because he wasn't invented until friggin' whatever, like 1991 or
Well,
whatever.
clearly
89,
Carnage
yeah.
is a villain.
Yeah,
Clearly,
yeah.
this other
Carnage is a
symbiote.
villain. The other-
They
No,
can't just
yeah,
write Carnage
they're
on
not
it.
villains.
But they
Yeah.
could have become. They could have turned it into a.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, this.
Oh, it's
Super's
nice.
dead. Yes.
You're like, I
He
want
was
to
in
put,
Jaws.
I want to put this on my wall.
I
Like,
Tiffany now loves Venom the Madness.
Nope, I don't. I really did not.
It's
enjoy it.
horrible.
This is the first one I read out of the 3.
Yeah.
I'm so glad this
Same.
is the first one I read.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, this is gonna be a slog.
I went 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, me too. And this was the high
I
point
read
for
this
me.
one first, and this one
I mean, I've read
last.
them all.
And it was
These are
the
from my
best.
private collection. I have all of them.
No, this was the high point, and then I got to this, and I was excited because when I read this, I was like, oh, I'm in for like a treat. Like it's gonna be like campy and hacky.
Yeah.
And it never
No, it
delivers
just
on that
sucks.
first page.
Not
Now,
quite.
here's the
Not
question.
quite like
I was gonna do a thing. Like I was gonna
Yeah, but
spring this on
we
you
get
guys.
Sploot.
Yeah.
You think it's Sploot. I was gonna spring this on you guys, where I'm like, which one are we gonna do on back issues? Let us know in the comments. But like, I'm not gonna do any of these on back. So my question is, should we do a part 2? Because there's no shortage of Venom miniseries from the
Ooh.
90s.
Wait,
So
a part 2 as in the follow-up issue
no,
of these?
totally new number 1s of a totally different
Seriously,
series.
you would have to pay me some money. to
Yeah,
read the next
I
one.
would. Yeah, because it's horrible.
Or at least get me some snacks.
But let us
What
know.
about the first season of Sequest?
I don't want that.
How about the first season of Reboot?
Maybe.
So let us know in the comments down below.
Peanut
Do you want to see a Venom Good, Bad, and Ugly Part 2? We'd like to see whether or not there's an outcry for that, because who knows.
Oh, crow.
We want to thank you guys for watching this episode,
Yeah.
and we'll see you guys next time with an all new episode. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
See you next time. And hey, looking forward to that Venom movie now.
Oh.